John Beltran now joined by Jen Goodall as we approach the start of tonight's game between the Brush Lady Beatniggers and the Bennett Tigers. Something that I was mentioning, Jen, before we went to break, is that you look on the floor. We don't have the dimensions here of the Bennett players, but just looking at Bennett, it appears that the Beatniggers, once again, going into this game, are going to have a significant height advantage.
Yeah, it looks like they've only got one or two taller girls out there that I would guess are maybe, I don't think any 6-footers, but maybe 5'11".
And let's see how well the Beatniggers play tonight, because we certainly saw the tail end, the last 3 to 4 minutes of that Faith Christian University game, a game won by Faith Christian 55-33, but Faith Christian looked pretty impressive.
They did, and that was their second string. I mean, I was looking on there, and I was kind of trying to gauge, seniors or whatever who you would have in, and it kind of looked like their second-string kids were in.
Also, the Beatniggers are certainly going to have to play well tonight and carry that momentum into tomorrow. We know that we'll have at least one game on 1010 and KSIR.com beginning at 2:45. And the Brush Boys, 56-47 winners over Dolores Huerta, are in action tomorrow against either Eaton or the Academy. The Beatniggers coached by Tom George. The assistants are Bill Nichols, Kim Crates, Carmen Chabot, and Jolene George. Matt Barnes, the head coach of the Bennett Tigers, assisted by Jane Carnes and Robert Lujan. We'll get to the starting lineups here momentarily.
Have you looked at the student section yet?
Yeah, can you explain that to me? These are life-size.
Well, you've seen that in college games. I've not seen it at a high school where they have the big pictures of the faces of the players.
Right. I mean, they're not even life-size. Those are like 5 heads. Not right. They are pretty much fat heads. All right. Here we go, the starting lineup. Leanna Russell starts in the backcourt, along with Caitlin Ronana, Sariana Lujan, T.J. Gallagher, and, well, actually those are not the starters. I think they're introducing the non-starters. And here we go. Alyssa Lofton starting in the front court for Bennett, along with Emily Adams, Hadley Wales, as well as Michaela Hicks and Taylor Terry. Those are the 5 starters for the Bennett Tigers, dressed in their road blacks with the orange numerals and the orange striping. The Beatniggers starting lineup tonight is brought to you by T.O. Charlie's. For a great used car or truck, if you don't see what you want on the lot, they'll find it for you at T.O. Charlie's, 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. In the front court for the Beatniggers are sophomore Kristen Berg, as well as senior Carly Nichols and senior Emily Monarch. And the backcourt consists of Alex White, who's also a front court player. She has multiple skills, a junior. And senior Kennedy Guzman is the point guard for the Lady Beatniggers, dressed in their home whites with the maroon numerals and the maroon and gold striping. Let me tell you, look at this Bennett team, as I mentioned, 16-7. Yeah, that's a pretty darn good record for a number 25 seed. Maybe the level of competition hasn't been there, but when you won 16 games, you certainly know how to put it in the W column.
Well, just referring back to the boys last year, what seed were we?
Well,
23rd,
7th seed.
7th, yes.
And
look how far we went.
Well, and part of the reason for that is because they lost in the Patriot League Tournament quarterfinals, and because they lost there, and even though they came in 5th place in that tournament, they paid the price to lose that quarterfinal. But, the funny thing with that is that the Brush boys really didn't benefit from winning this year's quarterfinal and finishing in 3rd, because they were still at 19th seed.
Right.
What hurt them was their one-loss record, only 13 wins and only 11 during the regular season. All right. The opening tip is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush, offering home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. So here we go. Jumping center for the Beatniggers is Kristen Berg. Alyssa Lofton will jump center for Bennett. And this opening round state tournament game is underway. The tip is controlled by Kennedy Guzman. On the outside left of Monarch, left corner, Nichols, 17-footer, good. Inside the three-point line for Carly Nichols. They need her badly, not only today but tomorrow, assuming they win this game, because she can stretch out a defense big time.
Well, that's a great start for her to just nail the first shot of the game.
Hicks in the front court over to Lofton at the top of the three-point circle, and the cross court to Adams. Adams back out to Hicks. Hicks with a basketball. On the outside left, a bounce pass. Here's the three-pointer. That's up and in. Nailed by Alyssa Lofton. And that's the one thing that head coach Tom George told us on 10-10 Preps and more yesterday, that Bennett is a very good outside shooting team. Bennett leads 3-2. 7:14 to go in the opening quarter. Guzman, three in the air, is off the back of the rim, and the ball is tipped into the hands of Emily Monarch. She banks and misses. Monarch again fades and misses. Berg misses again, and then Carly Nichols has the rebound for Brush. The Beatnickers grabbing all sorts of rebounds. Here's Berg, right baseline, had the ball stripped, and it's taken away by Emily Adams. First turnover of the game. Adams into the front court for Bennett. They lead 3-2. 6:50 to go in the opening quarter. Here is Hicks on the outside right with a basketball, looking down low, bounce pass to Terry. She fades, hits it off the side of the backboard, off the miss. Kennedy Guzman with a rebound for the Beatnickers. Guzman across the timeline on the outside right to Alex White. White cross court to Guzman. On the outside right to White with a chest pass, looking down low, left wing Guzman. Left corner, here is Nichols. Her shot is up and around and no good. Rebound to Monarch, dribbles, and she misses, but she's fouled. Emily Monarch already with 3 rebounds will go to the line to shoot 2, as the foul was committed by Alyssa Lofton.
Well, it kind of looks like Bennett's going to try and neutralize our post players by going into a 1-3-1 zone.
The Monarch free throw is in the air, and that one is around and good for Emily Monarch. You know, that's going to be a big key if the Beatnickers can get by Bennett. You've got to dominate the boards, because Faith Christian is loaded, as they showed earlier today. Second free throw for Monarch is up and in, and the Beatnickers have a 4-3 lead over the Bennett Tigers. 6:20 to go in the opening quarter, that is. Here is Hicks across the timeline. Bounce pass at the free throw line. Let's take it over there by Wales. Wales on the left wing to Adams. Adams back out to Wales. On the left wing, here's Hicks, left baseline, tries to put up a runner, partially blocked by Guzman, taken away by Kristen Berg. Here's Guzman into the front court, picked up by Hicks on the outside right to White. Holding the ball up high, left wing Guzman, left baseline Nichols, lob for Berg down low. She lays it up and misses, and the ball is tipped around, and it's out of bounds off of Bennett. That's the other thing that the Beatnickers sometimes had trouble with during that Patriot League tournament, missing easy shots.
Yeah, and I think she just, took her focus off and was getting bodied up a little bit underneath and tried to jump over the top of him. Here's
White off the inbounds pass, spinning on the outside right, pulling up from 15. That is short, and the ball is knocked out of bounds off of Kristen Berg. It will be Bennett basketball. 5:46 to go, first quarter. Brush leads Bennett 4-3. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer at Northern Colorado Title, 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan. On the outside left, Lofton with a basketball, dribbling towards the top. She'll pull up straight away 3, and that's off to the left. And Kristen Berg grabs her third rebound. The outlet to Kennedy Guzman. Guzman across the timeline, outside left to White. White left corner for Nichols. Nichols down low for Berg, wide open, banks and scores to the left of the basket. The Beatnickers now lead 6-3. Here is Hicks. Michaela Hicks at the free throw line. Bounce pass down low for Terry. Check that, that's Wales. And here is Alyssa Lofton, left corner, back out for Hicks. Hicks dribbling towards the top, picked up by Guzman. Maintains the dribble. Hands it off to Adams. Adams with the basketball. Back out to Lofton. On the outside right to Hicks. Hicks looking down low for Terry. Dribbles to her right. Cut off by Guzman. Trying to put up a shot. Guzman blocks it again. Taken away by Berg. Baseball pass to Monarch. She'll lay it up, and it's blocked out of bounds beautifully over there by Lofton. Yeah, it took some time for Monarch to get that shot up. And now it's Caitlin Ronana checking into the game for Bennett. Guzman to Nichols, bangs and scores to the left of the basket off the inbounds pass. Now, all of a sudden, the Beatnickers are on a 6-0 run, leading 8-3. Bounce pass at the free throw line for Ronana. And there is an illegal screen set by Michaela Hicks. Offensive foul, and Bennett commits their first turnover.
And the Beatnickers are doing a good job. The girls are doing what we call hedging, so they're sliding up or pushing the screener so that they have to change position as well, and that's what got that call.
Here comes Kennedy Guzman. Guzman with the basketball into the front court. On the outside, left to White. White cross-court pass to Monarch. Right corner, Nichols. She puts up a shot. That is off the back of the rim. Rebound to White. Straight away, Monarch. Three in the air. Is off to the right. And rebounded by Alyssa Lofton. Bennett comes the other way. The Beatniggers are riding a 6-0 run. Lofton over to Hicks. Hicks against Guzman. Left to the lane on the left baseline. Tries to force up a shot. And Guzman blocks it out of bounds. I don't know what Hicks is doing. That's 3 shots. She's had stuff in her face by Kennedy Guzman.
This has got to be something that she's used to doing or forcing and getting a call, and Kennedy is not allowing her to have it.
Bounce pass inside. Ronana has a shot she misses, but it's banked up and in off the rebound by Emily Adams. Bennett stops the 6-0 run. Brush 8, Bennett 5. 3:57 to go in the opening quarter. Melissa Waylert into the game. Outside left to Laurier. Left corner, Nichols' shot is up, and that's well short. And the rebound on one hop to Emily Adams, her second board. Carly Nichols taking a lot of shots in the early going. In the left corner, Hicks. She'll take the 3. Go on! Holy Mahungus, and the game is tied at 8. As Hicks drills the 3-pointer. Brush 8, Bennett 8. 3.5 to go, opening quarter. Waylert with the basketball. Cross court to Laurier in the left wing. Laurier dribbles towards the left corner, lobs it down low. Ball poked away, intended for Nichols, and it's intercepted by Emily Adams. Beatniggers turn it over for a second time. Hicks in the backcourt, across the timeline, at the free throw line. Bounce pass down low. It's off a Bennett player out of bounds, intended for Ronana. And the Tigers turn it over for the second time. It will be Beatnigger basketball. With 3:14 to go. And the opening quarter deadlocked at 8. Kennedy Guzman for Brush. On the outside right, Waylert. Back to Delorier, now to Guzman. Outside right to Waylert. Looking down low at the free throw line for Berg. Dribbles, pulls up. Shot partially blocked out of bounds by Ronana. And the Beatniggers retain possession. Bennett has stepped up their level of play here.
Well, and they're still looking to figure out how to keep the posts out of there. I've seen him change into a 2-1-2, looks like.
Guzman to throw it in to the left of the basket. Right corner for Nichols. Dribbling to her left. Back out to Delorier. Delorier to her right. Lobs it right baseline for Berg. Dribbles, banks, scores. Kristen Berg with a nice move. She's got 4. Beatniggers back up to a 2-point lead, 10-8. On the outside left, just into the game, is Leanna Russell. Russell in the left corner with the basketball. Gets a pick. Dribbles left corner. Back out of the bounce pass. Intended for Sariana Lujan. Intercepted over there by Melissa Waylert. Here comes Carly Nichols, left baseline, 8-foot pull-up is short. Boy, she's taking a lot of shots, and she's missed quite a few. The Kennedy Guzman commits a foul in the backcourt after Michaela Hicks grabbed the rebound. First foul committed by Guzman. I mean, there's no doubt Carly Nichols has been ready to shoot when she's had the basketball, but she's starting to miss that left baseline shot and has missed quite a few in a row. And now Bailey Craich is into the game for Kristen Berg with the Beatniggers up by 2. With 2:27 to go in the opening quarter from Brush. The Beatniggers looking for a sweep tonight after the Brush boys won 56-47. Bailey Craich blocks that shot, forced up there by Michaela Hicks. Rebound taken away by Alex White. White with the basketball. Back out to Guzman. Straight away 3. Good! Kennedy Guzman drilling the triple. And the Beatniggers now lead 13-8. Brush is on a 5-0 run. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Wide open. Backing and missing is Ronana. And Alex White comes away with a rebound. The Beatniggers fell asleep but got lucky. Here's Waylert across the timeline. Outside left Guzman. She'll take another 3. That's off the back of the rim. Rebound to White. Dribbles, lost the basketball, but it's taken away by Delorier. Now to Waylert. She takes the 3. Good from Melissa Waylert. Drilling the triple is Waylert. And the Beatniggers on an 8-0 run lead 16-8. 1:33 to go. And that one is off the top of the backboard. That 3-pointer. The rebound controlled by Kennedy Guzman. It was taken by Chandler Babby. Here comes Waylert on the left wing to Laurier. Down low for Craich. Turns, shoots, misses. Got nothing but glass. And the ball is loose. Rebounded by Alex White. Over to Waylert. Little 8-footer. It's around and good for Melissa Waylert. Boy, what an impact, Jen, she's having early.
She is, and being a guard, she's giving Alex a chance to play post a little bit.
And that ball kicked by Guzman in the front court. The Beatniggers now with an 18-8 lead with 1:05 to go. Emily Monarch is in for Brush. Emily Adams back in for Bennett. Michaela Hicks to throw it in the front court to the left of the basket for the Tigers, holding the ball up high. Hicks bounce pass down low Ronana, and she's fouled from behind by Alex White, who thought she had all ball. White commits her first, and Caitlin Ronana to the stripe.
Well, Brush has gone into a 2-3 zone, so they're going to have to be careful with that, especially with shorter players. A lot of times that can look like it's a foul when it's not.
And the first free throw is up and in, and that stops the 10-0 run by the Beat Diggers. Impressive offensive first quarter by the Beat Diggers with the 18 points. Brush 18, Bennett 9. Second free throw is up, around, and no good. And the ball is loose. It's rebounded nicely by Lujan in the corner. Lujan double team, bounce pass, tipped away, and it's loose to the floor. It's high up between Waiters of Brush and Lofton of Bennett. Possession arrow stays with the Tigers, 3/4 court. The Tigers with 57 seconds to go in the first quarter to throw it in. It'll be Lujan to trigger it in. Bounce pass to Hicks. Hicks dribbles by one all the way, tries to scoop it up, and she misses, but she was fouled. A blocking foul, I believe, against Bailey Craich, who was in the lane, and that's going to be her first. And to the stripe will be Michaela Hicks to shoot two. Hicks bends, shoots, and scores. The Beat Digger lead is down to 8 at 18-10. Second free throw upcoming for Hicks, who's had 3 shots blocked tonight by Guzman. That free throw is in as well. The Beat Digger lead is 18-11. Here comes Jordan Delorier with the basketball on the outside left of Monarch. Back out to Delorier. Down low entry pass. Tipped away and intercepted. Here comes Hicks the other way with Waiter to beat. He slams into her, and she slams into her, but still banks it home. Boy, that's a strong move by Michaela Hicks. She's got 7 points in the opening quarter, 18-13. Waiter, 3 in the air, is off the back of the rim. The ball is tipped around. It's loose, and it's rebounded by Lujana Bennett. They can make this a 3-point game. On the outside left, Hicks with the basketball against Delorier. He's going to retreat towards the timeline with 15 seconds to go in the opening quarter, and the Beat Diggers leading by 5. Adams at the top, hands it off for Lofton. Lofton back out to Hicks, 7 seconds to go on the outside right. Looked like she traveled, but anyway, she threw it away. Intercepted by Waiter. There's a tie-up. Beat Digger basketball as the possession arrow is pointing in their direction. Kennedy Guzman back in. The Beat Diggers can try to attempt a 3-pointer before the end of the quarter with 2.9 to go. Guzman to throw it in. There'll be pressure in the backcourt. Guzman gets it into Waiter at midcourt. She puts up a 40-footer. Good! Melissa Waiter drills it from just beyond half court. At the end of one, Brush 21, Bennett 13 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Not only this game is a Brush victory over Dolores Huerta on the boys' side on KSIRsports.com. Adams in the lane misses. Rebound to Taylor Terry. She misses, but that's rebounded again by Bennett and taken away by Hadley Wales. Bennett resets. Here's the shot by Emily Adams in just inside the 3-point line on the right wing. Emily Adams scores. She's got 4. Brush 21, Bennett 15. Emily Monarch, Kennedy Guzman, Alex White, Carly Nichols, and Kristen Berg for Brush. Guzman on the outside right, guarded by Michaela Hicks. Down to White, left wing 3 is off the back of the rim. Ball rebounded by Kennedy Guzman. Her third rebound, they'll reset. Guzman to White, free throw line to Monarch, 15-footer. Is off the back of the rim, and the ball is rebounded by Alyssa Lofton, her second rebound for Bennett. Here comes Hicks into the front court at the top of the key on the outside left. Lofton takes the 3 off to the left. Guzman grabs her 4th rebound for Brush on the long pass to Alex White. White to Emily Monarch. Her shot in the left corner is no good. And Bennett comes away with a rebound, nearly a tie-up. A steal by Berg, bounce pass to White. She's fouled. Well, Bennett had the rebound, but they turned it over in the back court, as I think it was rebounded by Wales initially. Nonetheless, the foul was committed by Alyssa Lofton, her second, and Alex White to the stripe. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall, live from Brush High School. Free throw by White is around and no good, in and out. Once again, you can log on to our YouTube channel. That's where you'll find a YouTube channel sometime either tomorrow or Sunday at KSIR B106. Once again, KSIR B106 on the YouTube channel for highlights of the Brush Boys' victory over Dolores Huerta, and we'll have some highlights of this game tonight. Beat Diggers lead by 7. Three-pointer is missed over there, and the rebound to Berg. The three-pointer taken by Chandler Babby. Berg with her 5th rebound already. Guzman across the timeline for Brush on the outside right to Monarch. Looking down low, cross-court pass to White. Bounce pass baseline to Nichols, double team. Over to Alex White. Cross-court well over the head of Emily Monarch. And out of bounds, the Beat Diggers commit their 4th turnover of the game. 6:17 to go, second quarter. Brush 22, Bennett 15. The winner will take on Faith Christian tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Faith Christian beat up University 55-33. Hicks towards the left baseline. 15-foot pull-up is an air ball. Alex White already with 6 rebounds for Brush. White into the front court on the outside right. Cross-court pass to Guzman. Left corner for Monarch. Cross-court to White. Right baseline Nichols. 12-footer. Around it, no good. Rebound put back up and in by Kristen Berg. And Brush now leads 24-15. Berg now with 6 points. The Beat Diggers taking advantage of that size. Michaela Hicks has her shot blocked in there by Kennedy Guzman. Rebound to Berg. Here's Monarch to White. Turn, shoot, scores. Fouled. Alex White goes to the line. It's a little 10-footer on the left wing. Alex White to shoot 1. And the foul was committed by Taylor Terry. That's her first. White has 3 points all in this quarter. Beat Diggers now lead by 11 with 5:39 to go. Free throw is up by White, around and good. For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. Brush 27, Bennett 15. Left baseline, Wales banks and scores with almost no angle. And Wales now in the game has actually just scored her first 2 points. Brush 27, Bennett 17. Monarch on the outside right with the basketball. Back out to Guzman. Guzman on the outside right to Monarch. At the top for Guzman. Straight away 3 is off the back of the rim. And the ball is out of bounds. It is off of Michaela Hicks. Beat Diggers retain possession.
Bennett has gotten out of their 1-3-1 zone and has now attempted a 2-3 zone to try and neutralize everybody.
Guzman to throw it in for the left corner. Guzman down low for Berg. Turns, shoots, around and good. She got a friendly roll along the right baseline for Kristen Berg. Brush 29, Bennett 17. Berg with 8. On the outside right, Adams with the basketball. 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Here is Babby. Babby on the bounce pass to Michaela Hicks. She'll pull up for a 3. That's off the back of the rim. And Kristen Berg has her 7th rebound already. Baseball pass to Alex White. White in the front court on the outside right. Picks up a dribble. Over to Guzman. Left wing for Monarch. Monarch cross court to Alex White. Dribbles right baseline. Cut off. Cross court to Monarch. Backs up for a 3. Yes! Emily Monarch drills the triple. And the Beat Diggers are on fire. 4.5 to go in the opening half. And it's Brush 32. Bennett 17. Monarch now with 5. Here's a left wing 3 by Babby. Yes. That was from the parking lot. Beat Digger lead is down to 12, 32-20. Your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard is Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. Nichols' left corner shot is well short, and the ball is loose on the floor, still loose, and there's going to be a tie-up between Taylor of Bennett and Guzman of Brush. Possession arrow, Beat Digger, since Bennett had the ball to begin the second. And a couple of substitutions made by both sides. Jordan Delorier back into the game for the Beat Diggers. Melissa Waylard, who scored 8 points in the first quarter for Brush. Delorier on the left wing to Guzman. Emily Adams, Michaela Hicks, Sierra Lujan back in for Bennett, along with Caitlin Ronana. And here's the shot by Berg, 10-footer, missed on the left wing. Ball is loose and rebounded by Emily Adams of Bennett. Into the front court, a 2-on-3. She tried to force it, lost the basketball out of bounds, and that was just not a good decision, considering the Beat Diggers had the numbers. Bennett turns it over for the 6th time in the game. And here comes Waylard. Boy, Melissa, she can stretch a defense with the way she shot in the first quarter.
She can. It's kind of like watching her brother.
Guzman out to Delorier, now to Guzman, left wing Waylard. Down low to Carly Nichols, dribbles, bangs, scores. Nice move by Carly Nichols. She could have taken about a 6-footer, but instead she took the dribble and basically made a layup. Nichols now with 6 in the game. Brush 34, Bennett 20. 3:19 to go in the second quarter. Lujan spinning, back out to Babby, pulls up for a left corner 3. That's an air ball. The rebound put back by Ronana is up and in. Ronana now with 3. Brush 34, Bennett 22. 3:05 to go second quarter. Delorier with a basketball. at the top of the three-point circle. Outside left for Guzman. Long three in the air is no good. And the ball is loose and rebounded now by Babby of Bennett. And ball knocked out of bounds by the Beat Diggers. You know, for the Beat Diggers, as much height as they've had, or as they have, they've taken quite a few three-pointers in this game, but they've made quite a few as well.
They have, and you know that's going back to the inside-out game. Sometimes it's an outside-in game.
Michaela Hicks into the front court on the outside left for Babby, guarded by Delorier. In the left corner for Hicks, penetrates left baseline against Guzman, tries to force up a shot. She misses, but she's fouled. Guzman commits the foul. That's her second. And she's going to keep shooting in Guzman's face, probably for the entire game, because Guzman has blocked 3 shots already, but she benefited from that call, and now Michaela Hicks to the line. She scored 7 points in the opening quarter. Her free throw is up and off to the right. Second free throw upcoming. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen. Second free throw for Michaela Hicks is in the air and inside the basket. The Beat Diggers had a 16-point lead. It's down to 11, 34-23. 2:35 to go, second quarter. White bounce pass at the top for Delorier. Down low for Monarch. Back out to Waiter. Straight away to Delorier. Dribbles to her right. And then had the ball tipped away by Hicks, who tries to save it in. And does, but saves it into Monarch. Monarch left baseline. Tries to put it up and in. She fouls and she's fouled. Monarch forced it up and scored. She'll go to the line as Bennett commits the foul. And the foul was committed by Chandler Babby, her first. Emily Monarch has 5 points in the quarter, 7 in the game. The Beat Diggers back up to a lead of 13. A Baker's dozen. Monarch to shoot 1. The free throw is perfect. 37 points, and we still have 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go.
And a half.
Exactly, in the opening half. For the basketball is Lujan. Back out to Adam. Shot is up, an air ball, and the ball is headed out of bounds, and it's saved in, but to Kristen Berg. Berg with the basketball to Waiter. Waiter to the outside left, looking down low. Bounce pass to Monarch, over to Berg. Straightaway shot is short from about 7 feet away. Chandler Babby grabs the rebound, her second. 1:52 to go, second quarter. Plus 37, Bennett 23. On the high right, Russell with the basketball. Bounce pass down low for Lujan. In the right corner for Babby, cut off by Monarch. Looking, kicks it back out to Russell. Steps in, bounce pass inside in the lane. Ronana's shot is blocked, but she's fouled. She was in that lane for a while. Kristen Berg commits her first foul. And to the line is Caitlin Ronana to shoot 2. Nice entry pass, but let me tell you, she was in that lane for a long time.
Yeah, she was trying to hold Berg in behind her a little bit, and I think that Kristen got caught. Instead of rotating out and just letting her kind of fall out of it, she would have had a better shot at it. And the free throw by Ronana is short. No matter what your loan needs, stop by High Plains Bank at 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins. Also inquire about checking and savings accounts as well as CDs at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. Second free throw, back rim, no. Ball is tipped around out of bounds, and that is off of Bennett. Beat Digger basketball with 1:35 to go, and Brush leading by 14. Bailey Crace checks in for Kristen Berg, who's probably done for the remainder of the first half, but she had a great first half. 8 points and 8 rebounds, nearly a double-double in less than 15 minutes of play. Delorier bounce pass to Waiter to the high right, cross court to White, left baseline pass to Monarch. 15-footer is off the back of the rim, and Waiter fights for the rebound, but it's taken away by Chandler Babby of Bennett. Her third board into the front court. In the right corner, Lujan with the basketball. Back out to Babby. Long three is off the back of the rim, but rebounded by Ronana. She misses a banker, and it's rebounded by Bailey Crace of Brush. Here come the Beat Diggers the other way. Into the front court, Delorier. Outside left for White. 1 minute to go, first half, and White travels. The Beat Diggers turn it over for only the 5th time in the opening half. Bennett with 6 turnovers, so a pretty well-played game, and that's indicated by the 60 points of offense we have so far. Well, that and the lack of fouls. I mean, there's been some fouls, but it's not over.
Leanna Russell with the basketball. Gets a pick, dribbles towards the top. Bounce pass to Babby. Cross court to Hicks. Hicks gets a pick at the free throw line. Leans. Forces up a 15-foot. That's a terrible shot. Misses, but she's able to grab the rebound. Hicks with the basketball in the lane all the way. Forces up another one. Misses, blocked. And then Ronana's shot is blocked out of bounds. Well, Bennett is grabbing rebounds, but a lot of these shots are forced.
And the Beatniggers have the height and are able to, they've got about 7 or 8 blocks in the opening half. Hicks to throw it in, outside right to Babby. Bounce pass in the right corner for Hicks. She dribbles towards the free throw line, cross court. Russell, wide open 3, back rimmed. And the ball is tipped up once, twice, 3 times, still loose. Emily Monarch grabs it for the Beatniggers, her 4th rebound. Long pass to Delorier, 21 seconds to go in the opening half. Left baseline, Delorier, bounce pass for Monarch all the way. She banks, misses, but she's fouled. Excellent move by Delorier along the baseline. And the foul was committed by Chandler Babby. That's her 2nd, and Emily Monarch to shoot 2. Monarch's had a nice quarter with 6 points. She's got 8 in the game. The senior bends, shoots, and delivers. That's good. Beatniggers back up to a 15-point lead at 38-23. If they can put together this offense tomorrow, assuming they continue this in the second half, it'll be a heck of a game. Second free throw is in. Rush 39, Bennett 23, 14 seconds to go in the opening half. Hicks on the outside right to Babby, guarded by White. Down to 9 seconds, dribbling right baseline, forces up a shot and misses, but she's fouled. Chandler Babby to the line. And the Beatnigger foul was committed by Bailey Craich. That'll be her 2nd. So Babby to shoot 2. Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community just as they do in the products they provide to their consumers. Cargill Meat Solutions, part of the KSIR B106 scholarship program. The first free throw's off the back of the rim. Second free throw is up and good by Chandler Babby. 6 seconds to go. Delorier with 5 across midcourt. Waiter takes another long shot. Good! For 3! Waiter hit it again. But this was a conventional 3 as opposed to the 45-footer she hit before the end of the first quarter. We go to the break. Rush 42, Bennett 24 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.